So now that you know, now that you have analyzed, now that you can actually relate, you can say, oh, this is what it was happening in my ad account before. This is why I couldn't scale. This is why I have seen that while I was spending double the amount of money, I was getting into my Shopify store the same sales. These are things that you are observing. It's just that nobody came to you to explain that this is happening. On the other hand, I'm seeing people after introducing the daily loop theory that they are afraid of that, and they are not doing the extra steps that they have to do because they're afraid of cannibalization and stuff. Believe on what you see, don't believe on what you believe that is going to happen, okay? So let it happen first and then see how you're going to address it. Several notes over here. What is the main question that I get? How can I scale? It's always the same question again and again. It's like somebody has found one creative which is working, one product, and they just want to scale this and become millionaires just because they found one product or one creative. It is not going to happen. And yes, there are going to be different cases that your product is going to be strong or your creative is going to be strong and you're going to get up to a point. But after that point, Facebook is going to stop you. Why? Because we have direct and indirect competition. Let me explain. Direct competition is the competition that you have when you're selling exactly the same product. Indirect competition is the competition that you are actually having if somebody is going to buy, instead of your product B, because he doesn't have money to buy both of these products. As you can understand, this is also an important factor from your ads not to scale. Also, Facebook is a platform which is trying to keep everyone happy, not the losers that they are just having a very low cost per purchase or they don't have normal AOV numbers and they cannot advertise on Facebook because it's more expensive. But it's going to try to keep everyone happy in terms of, if it's about you getting 20 sales, I'm going to give to you and to someone else 10 and 10 sales, so both of them, they can continue spending, they have better chances of fixing their things and eventually having a better funnel which is going to make them spend more. So as you can understand, even if some of you don't like it, we live in capitalism, okay? So the thing is that what we're going to have here is that if we suddenly we're going to be, teleported into a civilization or maybe into a country that we were going to be the only people selling one product, that means that we were going to be able to actually sell it to all the population or the people that they were going to buy this product. The more people you are introducing inside this equation, and there's another person selling this and this and this and this, which is the same product, or someone who is selling a similar product, or in a poor country, someone who is selling either rice or potatoes, somebody is going to buy or the rice or the potatoes, somebody is going to buy both. There's all of these different categories, from wars in Ukraine or from elections, that are going to influence your results, and you're not going to actually be able to spend as much as you are going to want to spend. And in an ideal case scenario, you can be the only monopoly that is selling something. As you can understand, all of these are influencing how Facebook is going to share the pie between the people that they're advertising. And yes, there are going to be some people that they're going to spend more, but how are they spending more is the big question. And you knowing that if you are not spending more because Facebook is not giving you more results, that's your mistake, and this is something that you can fix on your own. What did I tell you earlier? There are people coming saying, hey, why can I not scale with one creative or with one product infinitely? Okay, to these people I'm answering that I want to lose also 30 kilograms, but I'm eating gyros every day, so it's impossible for this to happen. But on the other hand, they don't really understand it, they don't understand all of these things with competition, they don't understand with indirect competition, and I get it, okay? So let me tell you that this is what I call the daily loop, okay? So if you don't do something about it, Facebook is going to give you the same range of sales. It's going to be, for example, between 7 and 10 sales, as we have seen, for example, in the ad account in the previous chapter. And this is going to happen again and again and again. How can you break the loop? This is the big question, because the next question that I'm getting from these people is why Ridge Wallet is doing it then, okay? They have one product, why are they scaling more? This is marketing, guys, okay? And let's explain what are the key elements for you to actually break the daily loop theory. Number one, creatives. Just to clarify, I'm not going to give them in order of importance, but I do consider creatives a little bit more important. Why? Because the creatives, they can help you attack different angles and different emotions. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. I always like to refer to the example with the lunch boxes that most likely you have seen also into my YouTube channel. You are having a lunchbox company which is selling to women with ads that they're moms preparing lunchbox foods and they're actually doing that for their kids that they go to school. Then you are attacking another niche, which is grandmothers, and basically you are having the grandmothers that they are actually having lunch boxes for the weekends for the children so that they can eat and they can be happy and the grandmothers can be happy and all of that. And then you have families that they don't have any children, and you can attack with creatives that they're going to actually, we discussed already about the hot pockets. They're going to create a hot pocket from household wives that they don't even have a children and they have a husband that goes to the construction site and he's using the lunchbox. So we're talking about in Europe that women give birth later for younger women, or maybe for women which are older and their kids already have been to the university or whatever. And then you're covering another category, which is the men that they're preparing a lunchbox, maybe just because they want to have a lunchbox to watch a football match somewhere, or because they go to the gym and they eat rice and chicken all the time, or you have the people that they're romantic and they want to prepare a romantic dinner and picnic with their girlfriend to the park. Now, all of these are different niches that you are targeting by you just changing the creative. And a lot of times there are people that they're just saying, but I do change my creative, I change the background or stuff. If you are actually doing another creative and another creative and another creative, and you can see that the one campaign is cannibalizing the other, that means that you're doing something wrong and you're not attacking another niche, which is going to create another hot pocket. Facebook is working with consistent sales. So it's going to say Konstantinos converted. Konstantinos is a romantic guy who wants to do a picnic with his girlfriend and is going to buy lunchboxes. Let's find similar people like Konstantinos who are going to buy lunchboxes for this reason, and so on. It's not going to create a hot pocket with Konstantinos and then jump to grandmothers to buy the lunch boxes. That's why we use different creatives in order for us to be able to target the different niches. And by doing so, you are able to share to more people instead of you using the same creative. So creatives are very important for you to break the daily loop and actually be able to target more people and more audiences that they were not going to convert with the previous creatives that you were having. Another good example, for example, just to break it out completely, is a sheet of paper, okay? So let's say, for example, that we have a sheet of paper, and in this sheet of paper, somebody is writing something, or calligraphy. So it's for people that they do calligraphy and they just want a very nice paper to write. And then there is a person that is folding an origami. You can understand that it's exactly the same product, but with marketing, you are selling it to two completely different people that they don't have any common interests and they have nothing to do with each other. That's why you're not scaling with your creatives. And that's why somebody else who is putting the effort and is not lazy, it's going to scale with the creatives. And if you think that it's not your fault, then let me tell you that you are wrong and that there are many ways for you to expand and break the daily loop with creatives alone. And if you're not, you don't know what to do, just go to ChatGPT and take ideas. But at the end of the day, if you're just using the same creative, or you are lying and you're saying that you're changing your creative just by rearranging the clips, basically you're exploiting the same thing. And yes, your creative might scale up to a point, but it's going to have a break point. The point for you is to be able to use creatives that are going to resonate to actually other people. Now, let's take it one step further for the creatives, because this is also important, and we have also the emotion. So this is something that I didn't understand some years ago, and then I started understanding more and more. So these are things that we see in our daily life. We all have seen a telemarketing thing that the screen goes gray and somebody is hurting in their back. It's creating the emotion of the pain to the people that they have felt this back pain. It's creating the same emotion to them so that they can feel it again and they are going to buy the product. If you haven't felt this, you cannot resonate with this. So it has a specific targeting over there to target people that they have this back pain so that they can feel that and say, oh, I remember this pain. I don't want to feel this pain again. I'm going to buy this product. So triggering the emotion in the hook is actually going to be another way for you to sell even more, because the niche is the niche and it's the first thing that you are thinking, but the emotion is another thing. For example, you can target grandmothers, as we said, for the lunch boxes, but if you make a hook initially on the video that the grandchildren storm inside and they're just hugging their grandmother and they say, Grandma, you're the best one, you're the only one that you're giving us these beautiful lunch boxes and we love you so much, you're triggering the emotion of happiness to the grandma, which is thinking, I also want to feel this emotion with my grandchildren. So what are you doing is that, yes, you are attacking a different niche, but you are selling more in the different niche because you are actually attacking an emotion. This is also something that is really known to the dropshippers, that lately they're using some new ideas, like for example, saying that it's this old man and this old woman that they had this carpenter store, or they were making these shoes, and now they have to close the shop and they have some last pieces that they want to sell, and they're scaling like crazy. They're drop shipping ad accounts because they're triggering the emotion of empathy, you know, and they make you buy because you say, okay, I will buy this, I like it, but I will also make, you know, a good deed, you know, and this is how you are selling, also by using the emotion and also by using the niche. So when it comes to creatives, we have analyzed it. If you cannot scale and you think that you're putting the effort to do more creatives, think again. Are you attacking different niches? Are you going to different places? Are you not lazy enough to do just stupid, repetitive creatives with the one that has actually worked? If you're doing this effort, then that means that your product cannot scale more, but I highly doubt it because there are always ways with new creatives to scale more. At the end of the day, if you think of it technically, we have repeated sales. So I'm getting a sale, another sale is someone who is it's having the same data points as me, and so on and so on. So if the hot pocket which is being formed with your different creatives is the same as the other one or kinda similar, then you're going to see cannibalization. There is no discussion about this, so move on, do better creatives, and stop crying about Facebook not giving you what you should take in reality from it. The next one is actually very easy and it's common sense, and we're not going to analyze it a lot. You can break the daily loop by just using the same creatives that they have worked in one country to another country, another country, another country. Again, because you are targeting more people and stuff, and it goes without saying that this is another way for you to continue expanding and scaling. This is something that companies like True Classic and Rich Wallet have done again and again and again. The next one is also common sense. So you're having a store which is selling an X product, you are adding another product which is also bestseller, you're selling more because you can do again the same thing again and again and again. Other creatives, other countries, and all the other things that we're going to mention, they go again with another product and another product and another product, and you're just able to scale more just because you're utilizing all of the daily loop theory break things to your new products also. For the next two, the question is this: have I seen ad accounts by time while they were not doing other creatives improving and getting better position to the market or overcoming the competition and having more sales, less cannibalization, and being able to scale? The answer is yes. And let me tell you the two ways. Number one, attack periods. Attack periods are very important. What is the main thing that I told you which is holding you from having more sales? It's actually the competition, direct, indirect. Attack periods don't have that. Why? Because we have more demand than supply. What is an attack period? Black Friday. The first quarantine that everybody was buying like crazy and we were having 1 month Black Friday on that period. Do you know how many businesses I scaled in that period? Well, the businesses that they actually had stock, because it's not that it happened for no reason. Most of the businesses didn't have stock because China was closed, and so on. I'm so happy that I'm speaking like this inside the course, because whenever I say China, elections, COVID, I can say all of these words without getting flagged with YouTube, so I feel so, relieved for that. So let's go back to our topic. We have attack periods. Attack periods are going to help you to establish a better position, because right now you're getting a position that Facebook thinks that you are happy with if you're spending. It doesn't matter what you think, it matters what Facebook thinks based on your competition and the effort that the others have done. So on attack periods, yes, you can scale a little bit more, and then it's up to you to maintain your position. I do have videos and case studies from YouTube that they are actually proving that with 2 years case or 1 year case study, that I'm showing how I scaled during Black Friday periods, and then I was holding my position to the market. Because if you're just scaling and you're maintaining this spend, then you are actually having a better position from someone else who is trying to enter now, because Facebook says that this person is here for a longer period of time, better ad account, and we know that the ad accounts are getting trained for better quality. During this period you have scaled more and you were able to hold your position in the next month and so on. So this is another way for you, even if you're using the same creative, sometimes to be able to overcome it. Let's go to the other one. Strategies. So one major thing that I'm seeing which is working really well is cost caps and bid caps. If they work for your ad account, we have a whole chapter with me doing it with Loom videos, showing you how I treat them and how you can start working with them and start playing with them. It's going to take you a lot of time to master them, but it's fine because they're worth it. What do you have? A creative, and then you go with a cost cap and bid cap on a daily auction, increasing your bid, trying to find how much you can scale an ad while you're maintaining your first campaign. So your first campaign is going to stay there with a budget, you have your winning creative working there, then you take it in a cost cap, bid cap, and you're scaling it as much as you can in order for you to be able to find the spot. Don't get me wrong, but you scaling an ad and finding how much you can scale it before it breaks, it's like you are in a dark room with your back in the wall. Every light is not, there's no light inside the room, and you're trying to find like this the next wall. The next wall is the place that you're going to be stopped from scaling more. So basically, this is what you are doing with cost caps and bid caps. And now it's the part that on my end, I'm a little bit clever, because basically I started realizing that the biggest success of the crazy method is because it's helping lazy people to target a little bit more of hot pockets that they couldn't target with one ad set, and this is why they're able to scale a little bit more, and this is why everybody likes the crazy method. But let me explain that. So apart from cost caps, bid caps and stuff, the crazy method is going to help you scale a little bit more. Remember, the crazy method is a scaling method, so that means that you're taking something which is already working, you put it on a crazy method, and basically you're trying to find the different hot pockets. Randomness of the initial result, the first sale which is going to come. If you're not familiar with the crazy method, you can go to the chapter of the crazy method and you can understand there how it works. But basically, because you are going to actually have randomness of initial results and different people are going to convert, maybe you're going to be able to scale a little bit more. That's why I'm saying that the crazy method is a scaling method. That's why the crazy method has been loved so much by so many people, and it's one of my, maybe the most viewed videos that I have into my YouTube channel, because it helps people that they are inexperienced just to take something that is working on their ad account and scale it a little bit more, while they cannot scale it by increasing the budget or putting it on another campaign. So well done to me that I thought of that. But on the other hand, if you're just using it for this, you're just misusing it, because this is not the reason that I have found the crazy method. The reason that I have found the crazy method is so that I can be able to scale, so that I can be able to optimize and do ads in a more professional way, and not just to scale a little bit more because I'm lazy to do new ads. To be honest with you, after some point on ad accounts, I'm not even going to do a test of interests. I'm just going to work with some interest or broad targeting or whatever which is working immediately on crazy method, trying immediately to have more hot pockets created for the new creatives that I want to test or for the new products that I want to test. And now we have gone to the last one: post IDs and influencers. Recently, we have seen from Meta having the partnership ads, and I can tell you that they're working really well. This is something that we're using a lot. But there's another thing that I must say that a lot of people neglect. So when you are running ads for a very long period of time, like in the way that I like to run ads with multiple campaigns, let them work together with average results, these campaigns are becoming very strong by the time, because they are becoming very strong post IDs and they get comments and all of that. That means that because of the credibility that you're getting over there, it's not just convincing people just like a cold ad, but it's convincing them a little bit more because some of them are going to see the views, or maybe the optimization and the hot pockets that are being formed, they are stronger because of the post IDs that are being formed and all of this credibility that is there. So this is another way for you to scale a little bit more by doing nothing, basically, by just having campaigns which are exactly the same creatives and they're scaling a little bit more, because this is why sometimes when you see an ad sitting there for a very long period of time, maybe it's going to work better because it's actually becoming much stronger as a post ID with all of this credibility, helping a lot. And the last thing to that, which goes together with post IDs, but it's far more different and far more aggressive, is real influencers. So even if the daily loop theory, nothing matters if you have Kim Kardashian, for example, or someone else, or Drake, or Kanye West do some ads for you. Not personally, I mean like create the campaigns, I mean like give you content with him promoting your product, because this is going to win everything. Competition and all of that, because you are doing better. In other words, from all the things that I say, and just to summarize, you need to do your part, okay? Because the Facebook knowledge is going to get you up to a point, but if you're lazy and you're not putting the extra effort, maybe to find micro influencers, to create more content, to have more angles, to research for more emotions that you can attack, to have all of these different strategies. If you're here to the course, most likely you are one person that you are thinking that you can improve, but understand also that you cannot just improve because you're using the crazy method, but you're going to improve because you're using the crazy method and other creatives that they are doing all of the things that we discussed. Then you're going to do better and better and better, and you're going to be able to scale more, instead of thinking that you just need a secret strategy that's going to help you scale more. Sometimes I see people, for example, just using the crazy method, and they say that it has to work, but they're already having ads that they're not working, okay? That's why I'm always saying that the crazy method is a scaling method and you need to use it with something which is already working. So think of your effort and think of what you need to do based on all the things that we said. Start analyzing and understand if you're seeing cannibalization, and now you know the way for you to break the daily loop theory, and you know that it exists because I showed you in a real ad account. Now you know, now you spot it, now you fix it. Before we close this chapter, don't get paranoid thinking that you are seeing cannibalization. Be able to understand if you are seeing it or not. Don't be afraid of doing other campaigns because you might see cannibalization. This is something that you cannot avoid. Eventually it's going to happen. Or a campaign that you scale too much is going to fall. This is part of the journey of you becoming better with Facebook ads. But do understand that when it's going to happen, you are going to know what it is. This is the most important thing for me from this chapter, and let's move to the next one.